Alrighty, so I ended up taking the fenders back off and the radiator support because everything was lined up and good to go. So now is what I want to do is I got all the steering components in except for one of the packages for the tie rod ends was missing the hardware. So that's what I want to do now. I want to start putting that together. So. Alrighty guys, so the next thing we need to do here is prep the motor here for to put in the car and put the transmission on it. So let's get to that. Alright, so we have this motor all set and ready to go. I got the carburetor off. I got all the lines disconnected. Everything's ready to go. So the only thing that I have left to do is put the transmission on this bad boy and then yank it off. So right now I'm waiting for a kickdown cable for my transmission, and I should hopefully have that tomorrow, and then I'll be slapping that in, and then yep, I should be getting that on. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, so we are finally back here, and here's a transmission. It's not that pretty, but it is rebuilt. It's got new seals in it, new plates. It's pretty much ready to go. So the first thing I need to do is this right here is the kickdown cable, and as you can see, it is just kind of sealed off and not really being used, so I have to replace that. So I got a low car kit online, so let's get at replacing that. So the instructions that come with the kit, the first one says to remove the old kickdown cable if it's equipped, so we're going to do that. So this old kickdown cable here is secured with just one bolt. I've already loosened it up, so I'm just going to loosen this. take the bolt out and then pull this old cable out. There we go. Now, if you can see here, let me zoom in so you can see it. Give me just a sec here. Okay, so as you can see, there's this little wire here, and this pulls when you hit the throttle, and it holds it like that, so it allows the transmission to kick down. So it's a 3-speed transmission, and if you're in 3rd gear and you're going to pass somebody, when you floor it, this pulls up, which kicks the transmission down to 2nd gear from 3rd, and that's what gives you your gear to pass. So that's what we needed to get access to. On the instructions here, let's see, step 2, it says route the transmission end of the new kickdown cable toward the right side transmission, with the carburetor end of the cable positioned to the left of the carburetor, which obviously this isn't on. So then it's got the whole kit. It comes with the mounting brackets and everything. So step 3 is to mount it, and step 4 is to mount it. So step 7 is where we're going to jump to. It says lightly coat the rubber hat seal with clean transmission fluid. Install the rubber hat seal on the transmission end of the kickdown cable housing with the protruding lip at the top on figure 4. Which when I flip this over, that right there is number 4. So we want to unseal the rubber hat like that. So let me get that out. Alright, so here is that little rubber hat seal that they were talking about, and it just goes on and slides over this like that. As you can see, I did dip it in transmission fluid so it's nice and lubricated. So there we go, it's all the way in. Alright, now we're going to go to step 8. Insert the kickdown hookup rod on the transmission in the hole of transmission end of the kickdown inner cable, figure 4. So here's number 4, figure 4, and then you're going to hook up the kickdown cable onto the end of the kickdown cable. So let's see if I can do this. It's gotta go like that. I'm trying to get this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Slides in, down on there. And then this slides around. Just double checking to make sure it's hooked up, which it is. And give me a sec here. Okay, the next step is to insert this hat seal into the transmission, which is like that. Perfect. There we go. Then it says to reinstall the old bolt, which is right here. Go. And then there you pretty much have it. That is installed. Now this piece up here will be going into the intake manifold and to the carburetor once I get it hooked up, but since this is off the motor, it's not, I can't really do anything with it. So yeah, we're gonna get this moved over. But the next thing I need to do here is I need to put the oil dipstick tube in, so let's do that here. So the guy who rebuilt my transmission, I didn't give him the oil dipstick tube here, so he gave me a new seal for this oil dipstick. So you just take the old one off like that, slide it down, and then take this new seal here and just slide it on and up into the groove, just like that. Now, is what you want to do is, I got a little bit of grease here. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of grease on this gasket here, or this O-ring, just so when it goes in, it doesn't tear anything. It doesn't tear that gasket or that O-ring, and I don't leak oil all over the place. So next, we're just going to slide it in, make sure it's going the right way. Just work it on down. There we go. And then you can't really see it, but you know it's fully seated when this up here lines up and it's good to go. So that is in. It went in like it should. It's fully seated. So next I'm going to move the transmission over to here, and I could use both hands for that. It's really heavy and awkward. And then once I get over there, we're going to go ahead and get the torque converter, which is back right there draining, and get that put on. So let's get to it. Okay, so we have the torque converter right here. First thing I want to do is I want to put about, give or take, a quart of some of this automatic transmission fluid. The reason you want to add the transmission fluid is so that when you start this, it's not dry and you don't burn it up. Whoops. Well, lesson learned. I guess you gotta go slow. This bubbled out everywhere, so I just gotta clean it up a little bit. Man. Alright, so now that we're done making a mess, you want to put a little bit of, not a lot, just a little bit of oil on your splines. Or grease, not oil. And then also on your torque converter where it goes in. And then also you want to lube up that seal as well, which, let me wipe off my hands. And I'm just going to take some of this transmission fluid in a rag. There we go. And just lubricate that seal. Just so when this goes in, it's not going in dry and it won't rip this seal. So now the next thing you need to do is pick this up. Gotta go slow because the transmission fluid that is in here, if it's over full, like it kind of is right now, will leak out. That's okay. So you're just going to take your whole torque converter like this and slide it on. Once it's there, you're going to turn it. It popped in, not once, but twice. And there you go. That should be in. Now, don't always just trust that. So what you want to do is, you want to take a straight edge, like this, and turn this. So you're with this mounting pawl. Here, let me pull you guys closer. Let me adjust you guys a little bit. Sorry, shaky camera. Okay, so I'm gonna take your straight edge like that. You're gonna put it up to the motor, have it straight across, like so. Then you're gonna measure from here to the torque converter, and you want it at 1 inch, which it's kind of hard to see, but that is at exactly 1 inch. So we know that that is seated correctly, and it is ready to go on the engine. Okay, so now I have the engine ready to go and the transmission together. So now I'm going to put them together. So I don't know if you can see this, but I can't get the bolt right here in because this bracket is actually in the way. So I'm just going to be bolting it from 5 spots. Then I'll get that last one when I get it up into the car. So okay, so what I did here is I put this little stand that I made. I actually put it on this little wheel roller cart thingy, so everything's all supported, and I can push the whole cart back and out of the way. And then once I get the crane and get that all ready to go, I'll hook this up, and then we will be good to put it into the car. So Well, we finally got the engine in. It was a pain. We had some issues with the motor mounts on here, and just the way that I had the engine leveler hooked up and everything. It was actually a lot easier to lift it up with the carburetor and then put it in like that, because the engine, it kept tilting and it wasn't going in straight. And then also I had some issues with these motor mounts here, and getting the bolts in. Best thing I could suggest is lube your bolts, because that's going to help a lot. Hindsight's 20/20 on that, but what do you do? So there we are. Shout out to my buddies who helped me, Al and Nick. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate your help. Couldn't have done it without you. Don't even know why I thought I could do it by myself, but I couldn't. So, but anyway, yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you disliked it, hit the thumbs down. Hit that twice, and then we will see you all next time. Peace.